Wait. Have those people that pretend to like Skyrim gone? Sweet. They don't deserve this video. Let them go watch one of those AI narrated 10 things you didn't know about slaughterfish. Or, is Skyrim still a game 2.7 years after its VR release? Blank ass opinion videos. Nah, this is the juice. The Skyrim juice. A Nord flavoured clip bonanza. All the micro-narratives and uncut creation engine spasms that delighted me the most. Hammered and twisted into a tale. The second coming of Balthus. All clips were collected during the COVID lockdown on PS4 and upscaled using DaVinci Resolve. So, bro, the answer is, I was trapped in my house and I platinum Skyrim. The question will be revealed later. So here it is. I'd rather die than go to jail. An Orc's Tale. Edited and arranged in an almost competent manner. So sit back, don't fall over, and prepare for an adventure. In Skyrim. A Skyrim adventure. So, Balthus has entered Skyrim, and because he is Orc, has been wrongly arrested along with some rebels. One of them, Ralof, won't shut up. Integration for Orcs is hard in Skyrim, and this is no different for Balthus. They won't even let him into Helgen for his own execution. The valiant cart driver blindly pushes onwards, urging his horse and cart into a spasmodic fury, attempting to complete the task. But the gates of prejudice remain tightly shut. In fact, the townsfolk are prepared to disrupt the physical reality of an innocent horse to prevent our Orc champion's ingress. I mean, it's just kind of disgraceful. They can't even execute an Orc properly. Here he is, awaiting his state-sanctioned execution, which is his right and is a public service, but it's disrupted by an avatar of Akatosh, casually. And then the locals bring him inside this tower in an apparent olive branch, but then try to gaslight him into jumping onto a roof that is not visible through a hole that does not exist.
See the inn on the other side? Jump through the roof and keep going. Go! We'll follow when we can.
Not long after the incident at Helgen, Balthus is summoned to the throat of the world, clad in bitch basic iron armour with some cast-off bandit mace and axe. He attempts to climb the 7,000 steps up to the monastery above. But the way is guarded by a monstrous creature of legend, a frost troll. Almost impervious to harm and able to regenerate the very flesh cut from its body, the creature leaps down from the crags above, howling with a primordial rage. In 100 other multiverses, Balthus dies right here, never to fulfill his potential. Just another Orc, dead in the snow. But Orcs in combat are not only prized for their brawn, but also their guile. In his possession, Balthus holds a mighty scroll of fireball. Surely such a beast will quail at the ferocity of these magical fireballs. In this universe, he triumphs. An ounce of rage and a dash of weak paralysis potion is his recipe for success. Success in this instance being defined as beating an unconscious wild creature to death. Ah, Skyrim. So like us. At the top of the 7,000 steps, a frost-wreathed monastery, older than time itself, perches over a screaming white oblivion of cloud and snow. And hidden inside, a shameful sect of older men who should have died an honourable death long ago. These men disgust Balthus, hiding and weak, secluded from honour and combat. But he humours them, for they offer great power. They train him in the traditional Orc manner, by standing around and shouting at him, although in a foreign language, which secretly triggers Balthus. He suppresses the rage, at least until they have delivered what they promised.
Unto you we have given the power to shout your enemies to oblivion. Those who trigger you, or whose opinions you find confusing or difficult, may now be dealt with swiftly through a simple shout, although sometimes it can be activated by sneezing.
Since his empowerment at the voices of the Greybeards, Balthus has wandered Skyrim, living on the fringes of society, strengthening his mace arm on any who would offer him insult or overly long eye contact. But in Winterhold, while obtaining provisions, hired thugs approach him, try to make coin on his hide. A bounty has been placed on Balthus. It's here that I politely step through the fourth wall and ask you, yes you, if you've ever felt the need to defend Skyrim's combat. I hate that feeling. But here, where Balthus fights off 3 opponents on the streets of Winterhold, I have found my cure for such doubts. This is a long, tense fight, without much menu hopping. Low-level noob stats certainly add to the drama, but tense, balanced combat can happen in Skyrim. I promise. It's just not consistently present. But it has happened. Fool, feel this elven mace. Oh god, I wish it wasn't elven. Get a nice orcish one soon.
Your kind has no strength. No more. I yield. I yield.
Inevitably, Balthus finds himself drawn to the wilderness again, where the reach of law is hindered. And although there is much beauty and often tranquility, it seems that violence and danger follow him like a pestilent cloud. Out here he hears the voices of the Daedric lords, calling him from remote, wild locations. Except Molag Bal, he's a more metropolitan prince, a soul harvesting in the big city. They offer him power, items imbued with unnatural qualities, qualities that may help Balthus navigate a hostile world. And speaking of hostility, look at this. A Breton, all hepped up on manner and goofballs, thinks he's smarter than Balthus just because he can make fire without tinder. Bretons think they're so smart. But he can't even aim. He has not studied the ancient lore.
You are defeated! Instead of shooting where I was, you should have shot at where I was going to be!
What is his problem? No matter, Balthus has a cure for all problems.
I am indeed here and ready for a phenomenal night of competition. I'm sure this superstar would argue the benefits of feeding off of the audience.
That's an honest living if ever there was one. Literally fighting for survival.
Or can you just keep posturing and give your opponent time to recover?
You know, you can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
Fierce slap to the chest. It's got to make you think twice about continuing the match. The animal may be large and intimidating, but he can also move around in the ring.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do when you're a 7-foot monster.
The determination in these superstars is truly inspiring.
That's just conflict resolution right there. You can't breathe, you can't fight. Wow, these superstars aren't holding back here tonight at all. Oh yeah, the backcracker. That thing's got that name for a reason.
He absolutely planted him there.
That's how you pick an opponent apart.
Someone's going to need to do a little soul searching to bounce back after this loss.
Oh, you see some strange things out in the wilds of Skyrim. Dog? No. No dogs.
Blacksmith is
That
offering
thing
reward
was
for a dog he
not
saw on the
a
road.
dog.
I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess I'll stay on the lookout.
Lord wants it.
Keep your nose clean while you're here,
No, I
outsider.
don't want to. While idling in Falkreath, Balthus makes firm acquaintance with Lod, the local blacksmith. Lod teaches Balthus how to beat new beauty into his steel, and ignites in him a fervour that will drive Balthus to become one of the most talented smiths in Skyrim. Balthus's daddy issues are on full display here. There's something about older men that use beating in a more constructive manner than his father did. What is that? The smell of a long dead goat and the harsh clanging of an ordnance tool. Lord, you old master, pray, instruct me further. My steel grows fine from your knowledge. What news? Anything going on around town today? Talk to me,
a
Lord.
hound on the road. Fine,
Dog?
strong creature that's been
No,
wandering near
no.
town.
I haven't seen any dogs, no. No dogs at all. Nothing. I've never seen a dog. I don't even know what a dog is.
Guards to look for him. I can't afford to chase him down, but could use a fierce, loyal beast to keep me company. If you were willing to retrieve him for me, I'd give you some fresh meat to attract him out on the road.
Fierce?
Good.
Loyal?
There's some gold
You could
in
do
it for
worse
you
than
if you
old
succeed.
Balthus.
Here's the meat. Check the
sure,
road just
fine.
outside of town.
Nice meat. Is it Brahmin? No? Okay, Lord. I'll play dog catcher, but only for you. Don't tell anyone else I do this menial bullcrap. Following the trail of the Daedric Lord Hircine, Balthus finds Sinding in Falkreath Jail. Sinding has a sad tale to tell, and gives Balthus a ring belonging to Hircine himself. The ring becomes Balthus's second taste of Daedric power, as he also possesses the mask of Clavicus Vile.
You would do this for me?
Sure,
Here, take it. I don't want anything
Thank
to
you.
do with this wretched thing anymore. Seek
I'll
out
take a
the
free
beast.
Daedric artifact.
Woods.
No beast. I'm not seeking out any beast.
Now the Lord of the Hunt should smile on you. I wish you
Well,
luck.
as long as that's all he
Speak
does.
While I still have my skin. Should our
That's all you've
paths
got.
cross again,
That skin.
I will remember your kindness.
Well, no point. It won't happen again. Okay, nice. Free artifact. Hey,
Hey, you
What's
mix
up, guard?
potions, right?
I do, yes. An ale? Yeah, sure. Can you see that? Do you see what's going on in there? Shouldn't you do something about that? Isn't he a child murderer?
Heard about you.
Come on,
and
man.
your honeyed words.
No, these words are not honeyed. This is a serious situation. Doubting his own eyes and mind, Balthus shakes off the vision and begins to track down Hircine. While following the trail, Balthus stumbles across a far-right protest group who have set up some kind of blockade in the road. Their manifesto clearly excludes on race, and their traps clearly exclude effectiveness. Balthus manages to murder 2 men without passion, his stamina bar untouched. Right, I'm here to murder 2 far-right men without any passion and no effect on my stamina bar. Oh, you're a woman.
It's just confusing. Is it sexist to hit you? Is it more sexist to not hit you? I mean, the line gets real blurry.
Peaceful, isn't it? Lovely. What was that? Did you hear a squawk? A death rattle? There's this poor farmer. Must have got on the wrong side of this hairy brute. I will avenge you, farmer. Watch this. Lol, ragdoll troll. I'll probably just finish him off quickly, I think. He's already had a bad day. He doesn't need it to continue. Uh-oh, maybe things are getting worse. Who will win this tense battle of the Titans? Troll of the mountain, or bear of the path. The troll has already taken a bit of a beating from that fuss road. Oh, I can't see him standing up to this. He's getting wailed on. Oh, he goes for the pose. That was his downfall. Come on then, step up. That's right. What you got? Give me that pelt. There, and gold. 6 gold. Pretty good. Oh my goodness, he's still alive. He's getting up. Maybe he'll live to fight another day. No, okay, that's just the natural order of things in Skyrim. Balthus fell further into darker company, now at the bidding of Molag Bal, through the sickening aura of his mace. This mace, which muttered horrifying suggestions into Balthus's mind, was also Class A God tier drip, from which Orcs are not immune, and now Balthus finds himself searching for the blood of all the races of Mer, which was easy as he was usually covered in the stuff, but not the blood of Orcs. Orcs in Skyrim tend to keep to themselves and are quite rare, except in their little communities in the wilderness. Balthus had been made welcome in one of these, but now chose to violate that trust in order to appease another Daedric Lord. Now, my plan, such as it was to bonk this old orc on the head, take his blood, and get out before I caused a fuss. Unfortunately, a fuss is what I caused. Now, a whole tribe of orcs is nothing to sniff at, even at relatively high levels. I think I was like level 47 at this point. And this proved to be quite the challenge. And closing the gate on them didn't work. They figured that out pretty quick. But narrowed him down to 1. I thought, yeah, I can take 1 orc, as long as the others stay put. Nothing to get the testosterone going like a good old orc mace battle. Unfortunately, his mates showed up, one of them wielding a ranged weapon, not very honourable, and then 2 more. And at this point I thought, I'm probably overwhelmed. And I was. Even though my block was really high, I was just about holding my own with a lot of health potion consumption that I've edited out because he wants to see menu hopping. So yeah, that shout, Odaving. I summoned a dragon to help me. And so the next few seconds were quite tense as I waited patiently for Odaving to show himself and get into position. But it was worth the wait, because when he does make his entrance, it's quite spectacular. He literally suicide dives one of the orcs, probably the least intimidating of them, admittedly, but sets fire to another one in the process. And I guess that's what turned the tide. He toasted that one nicely. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to see the AI take flight at the sight of Odaving and maybe take cover. There he goes. Oh, strafing run. He caught 2. He caught 1 up on the fence and the one directly in front of me as well. He yields. Yep. We've all heard that before. I'd rather yield than go to jail. And then we get a nice flyby. Thank you, Odaving. Without you, this unholy quest would have been failed. There he goes. Glorious. Glorious creature. Continuing his dalliance with darkness, Balthus finds himself at a shrine of Peryite, confronted by a Khajiit called Kesh the Clean, in an ironic naming, as anybody who serves Peryite with such devotion is far from clean. Kesh tasks Balthus with retrieving 4 ingredients for an incense to summon Peryite: a death bell flower, a flawless ruby, vampire dust, and a silver ingot. Balthus suspects that Perhaps Deathbell grows in the graveyard at Falkreath, and perhaps a journey there might be fruitful. And if not, he always gets to visit with his friend, Lod the blacksmith, whom he has not seen for some time. A cursory search of the graveyard reveals only bleeding crown mushrooms and nightshade. Then, perhaps the real reason for coming to Falkreath, the hope of seeing his friend Lod, comes to the surface, and Balthus abandons his search for the ingredients and heads over to the smithy. There is some hubbub, some kind of commotion in the town, and Lod is not at his station.
Who did this?
What happened?
What has happened?
Oh, what happened?
What has happened? Lod lies dead beneath the pines that sit at the centre of Falkreath. Nobody knows what's happened to him. The sadness Balthus feels is deep and profound. Why has Tamriel taken this gentle, wise, friendly Nord? The only one that Balthus could trust. It's unknown. Balthus searches through his belongings, takes his key, and goes into his house, looking to find something to remind him of his friendship, a keepsake perhaps. And inside the house, inside Lod's personal chest, Balthus finds something that makes him pause for a second. A silver ingot, one of the items required for the summoning of Peryite, almost as if placed here by Peryite himself. It is a sign, Balthus is certain, that Lod himself wants this communion between Balthus and Peryite. So this video was my white whale. I've edited one part of what is going to be an hour and 20 minute long story about Balthus. But I'm putting this bit out now. I need some validation. I've run out. I had hardly any to start with, so hook me up, guys. You know what to do. Alright, see you later for part 2.
Hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing.